Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a like up. From the television show 19 Kids and Counting, Jessa Duggar Seawald was introduced to the world for the first time. She is the middle daughter of the famous Duggar family and is known for her gentle voice and strong heart. She went from being a teenager to becoming a wife, a mother, and a woman of quiet grit. Throughout the course of the years that we came to know her, on the other hand, neither she nor her admirers could have been more prepared for the heartbreak that she recently disclosed, which was the termination of her pregnancy. At this moment, Jessa has broken her silence for the very first time since the tragedy, and the words that she has shared are unfiltered, heartfelt, and brimming with faith, loss, love, and the process of healing are all part of her path. The momentous announcement that left hearts broken. The situation began with a solemn post on Instagram, which was a black and white photograph of teeny crocheted booty standing on top of a Bible. There was only one sentence: "We lost our baby." There were no lengthy captions, and there were no dramatic filters employed. Within minutes, Jessa's comment area was flooded with words of encouragement, heartbreak, emojis, and prayers from fans and other mothers who were going through similar experiences. This brief statement shook her followers to their very core, which is not surprising given that she is famed for her calm power. She did not speak for several days in a row. Grief, on the other hand, does not be quiet forever. A pregnancy that is filled with hope. In the weeks preceding up to her loss, Jessa had chosen to keep her pregnancy a secret, which was an unusual choice for the Duggars, whose family milestones are typically celebrated in public. In contrast, things were different this time. Jessa revealed this information in a video that she uploaded to YouTube and named "Our Baby's Story." "We were going to wait until we were out of the first trimester," she said. Her voice was trembling, both of her eyes were crimson. "We felt it was important to safeguard the path of this young child." She smiled with a sour, sweet expression. The excitement was palpable. Ben was already making preparations for the nursery. It was the children who were selecting names. The feeling of hope that comes before the experience of loss is eerie and lovely. Furthermore, in Jessa's recounting, you were able to sense the extent of her delight as well as the magnitude of the hole that was left behind. At that very instant, everything underwent a transformation. At the time, it was during a normal checkup when Jessa went in by herself. She did not anticipate anything out of the norm happening. "I remember looking at the ultrasound screen and waiting to see the flicker of a heartbeat." She said it was a very exciting situation, but there was nothing to be found. There was complete stillness in the room. The physician turned to her in a gentle manner and said the words that no mother ever wants to hear: "I'm sorry, but there is no heartbeat." Within her eyes, tears began to well up. "I am unable to take a breath." There was a sensation that the world had stopped turning. In an instant, the hope of being able to hold her kid in a few months was no longer a possibility. The question, why God? This is the genuine sorrow. The Duggar family has always placed a significant emphasis on their religious beliefs. Nevertheless, even the most steadfast believers struggle with suffering. "I can still recall thinking to God, why now? Who is this infant? But why us?" As she spoke, Jessa was holding a Kleenex. "Not only that, but I felt bad for even questioning." However, grieving is a messy thing. There were nights when I was unable to sleep, when I cried quietly into the pillow, and when I mumbled prayers that suddenly turned into cries. Ben made an effort to maintain his composure, but he gave in as well. Jessa revealed, "We just held each other and cried, and she was right. The only thing we could do was that her children, who were not yet old enough to comprehend the situation completely, would inquire, 'Mommy, where is the baby?' With a smile that was forced on her face and a heart that was hurting, she would respond with, 'Jesus is the pain due to a miscarriage or a misunderstanding.'" Later on, Jessa disclosed the distressing particulars that many people do not see: the medical treatment that she had to go through following the loss, as well as the emotional fallout that followed. Some people call it a miscarriage and others say baby loss, but to me it was my child. She added, "It meant everything to me. There is no difference in that, regardless of whether or not I held them in my arms." Her candor touched a particular nerve in her comment sections. A great number of women started expressing their own personal experiences. For a little period of time, the internet transformed into a place where people could express their pain and feel a sense of sisterhood. Jessa did not have such a sense of isolation. Many other people did not either. Discovering the light once more, a complete recovery did not occur all at once. There were days that were wonderful, full, with laughter, family walks and readings from the Bible. Some were dark in color. Jessa stated that there were times when she did not want to get out of bed with her children for the sake of my children. However, I had no choice in my own name. During her travels, there was a particular period that stuck out. I was sitting on the porch one morning, watching the sunrise, and all of a sudden, I felt a sense of peace settle over me. She recalled, as if God were giving a soft whisperer, "I'm still here, so is your little one." Her eyes welled up with sweat and tears. The baby that she was never able to hold is being honored. Jessa and Ben came to the conclusion that they would give their child the name River, Hope Seawald River, because their life poured into ours and altered it in a way that will never be the same. Jessa explained, "Hope because we cling to hope. Even while we are experiencing loss." They held a private ceremony with their children, planted a tree in their backyard, and wrote letters to River in order to express their gratitude. The statement that Jessa made was, "I wanted our children to understand that this life mattered." The phrase, even if it was short, an act of breaking silence in order to assist others. "Why do you speak at this time?" Jessa's reaction was straightforward, because it is important for someone to hear it. After the loss of a pregnancy, it is all too common for women to suffer in silence. This causes them to feel ashamed, guilty, or forgotten. But Jessa had the intention of altering that. She voiced her opinion that this pain does not have to be hidden. It is worthy of being recognized, honored, and shared to the world. Since then, she has formed partnerships with groups that provide assistance to bereaved parents, and has even begun providing a short devotional series on her YouTube channel that is titled Grace in the Grief. Regarding the future with love, Jessa continues to be transparent about the hope she has for the future. She smiled softly and said, "We are not going to give up. In the event that God bestows upon us another child, we will be overjoyed to accommodate them. Nevertheless, for the time being, we are clinging to the children that we have and the one that we have lost." She claims that River's narrative has left an indelible mark on her. "I am hugging my children a little more tightly now. There are a few more times that I tell you, I love you." Not only does she know that she is not alone, but she also knows that she may still shed tears, particularly on due dates, calm nights, or when a lullaby is playing. Jessa, to all the mothers who have lost their children, to every mother who has walked through the valley of baby loss, your pain is valid. Jessa wrote in a letter that she posted on her Instagram account and shared with her followers, "Your child was important. As a mother, you continue to be sobbed when you feel the need to. When you are ready, we can talk. Know that mending is not a betrayal of your love for the person you love. There you are. Your loss is shared by me, and I have faith that beauty will emerge once more." Thoughts to conclude. The narrative of Jessa Duggar is not only one of loss, rather it is a story of ferocious love, fate that bends but does not break, and the healing that eventually finds us in the dark. She has provided millions of people who previously believed they had no voice with a voice by breaking her silence. Who is crying? They are not merely a representation of torment, they serve as evidence of love. This demonstrates that even the shortest of lives may make the most profound impressions. All right, here's to River Hope. Here is a toast to every child who has passed away prematurely yet will never be forgotten.